James Freeman Gallery is based in Islington, in London, and for this year's edition of the London Art Fair, we present an exhibition of 7 figurative artists, exploring how a focus on narrative and psychological inner worlds can lead us seamlessly into the realm of the surreal. Half of our booth is dedicated to works by Jill Button and William Brickle, and their exhibition Reveries, which runs at our physical gallery at the same time. Both painters explored the need for physical contact in a time of social distance and isolation. Jill Button paints faces glimpsed in the street or on a screen. Many of her small portraits luxuriate in thick impasto paint, but her recent works have a hazier quality, as if the subject were distanced, floating in the mist of memory. Jill's larger cinematic works capture special moments in a forest or in bed with another. Torrid weather echoing the anxieties of isolation. Throughout, Jill combines a sense of solitude with a melancholy longing for connection. William Brickle's paintings explore how memories become embellished through the act of recollection. His compositions depict figures intertwined as if obeying a harmonic ideal, but with characters detached, lost in their own thoughts. Distorted limbs further the sense of displacement, suggesting how memory distorts what we perceive, while oversized hands and knotted limbs articulate a desire for physical touch. By weaving bodies, William balances the tangible with the psychological and probes the gap between. Sikalila Owen also paints about relationships, in particular with friends and family. Her paintings are threaded with art historical references, but still retain an unguarded domesticity. A young black artist, Sikalila was recently awarded a residency at the British School at Rome. She describes her figures with a minimum of marks and a great sense of warmth and colour, to give them the feel of old family photographs. This large painting, Mother and Child, takes this theme of a family memory and executes it in lush, deep tones, with the figures echoing the classical statuary of matriarchs and their attendants that Sikalila saw during her time in Rome. Similarly, in this small work, Massey, of a young girl dressed as for a Sunday, its combination of ochres and greens evoke a sense of a warm familiarity and nostalgia. Guillermo Martin also takes cultural references as his starting point. He is a Spanish artist, based in the mountains north of Madrid, drawing in pencil on pages rescued from old notebooks and reimagining old stories as if they were taking place in his village. This drawing reimagines The Disciples at Sais by the 18th century writer Novalis, whose vision of a musical harmony between humanity and nature becomes, in Guillermo's world, a combination of characters responding to a seemingly celestial music. A second work references Jan Nemec's Diamonds of the Night, a film about 2 young Jewish boys escaped from a train bound for the concentration camps, which Guillermo adapts to create an image riddled with hesitancy, as if channeling the uncertainty and insecurity of adolescence. Caroline Smith's sculptures also delve into the history of art. Caroline is a Dutch artist who had a recent solo exhibition at the Victorian Albert Museum. Her work recreates the archetypal imagery that appears in myth and folklore over the centuries in a way that is both gorgeous and gruesome. Her sculptures are all handmade in earthenware, with exquisite detailing, such as this lurcher, which presents a faithful hunting dog in the tradition of Argos, the dog of Ulysses, or Llewellyn's Gelert, covered in an armour formed of old trinkets. Or in this rendition of the Medusa, hair formed from a writhing nest of snakes, all of which are individually hand-moulded and glazed, surrounding a stylised skull in the tradition of the memento mori. Andrew McIntosh also creates work that has a darkly surreal quality. He is a Scottish painter, who combines highland landscapes with decaying architectural structures to create a form of Scottish noir. This painting, I Know We Can Make It, is inspired by lockdown and uses the motif of the caravan to articulate a sense of stoic resilience. Caravans have been important for many years in Andrew's work, cropping up as they do in the most unlikely of environments, as testament to the hardy nature of their inhabitants. The caravan in this painting has the extra sense of defiance, as if cut off from the rest of the world. And yet it glows luminous, hinting at something magical and almost otherworldly happening hidden behind the curtains in its interior. Christopher Knowlton is an English painter whose works imagine a bucolic version of an England past, a world remembered through the innocence of childhood, only to discover that what seemed so sweet was actually far more sinister. Voice of the Beehive presents a play-like scene of ordered lush fields, but where beekeepers seem to dance like a cult orchestrated by a Morris dancing leader. Firestarter also shows a traditional scene of a village church set amongst lush countryside, but with a sinister character fleeing the flames beyond. The unusual light, like the half-light of memory, only adds to the curious nature of the scenes. Their cryptic narratives, set against the jolly simplicity of good old England, are particular to Christopher Knowlton's work, and explore how nostalgia, whilst deeply seductive, should always be treated with suspicion. You can listen to further details on each of the works in our booth via the audio links accompanying the images. And to see more about any of the artists, including more artworks and videos, please make sure you visit our website, jamesfreemangallery.com. Thank you.